everyone. Good evening. Good evening again. My name is John. I'm very blessed to be here. I want us to share something about Jesus Christ. Our theme text is Jesus Christ, our rest. Okay. From the name rest. Okay. Personally, I can define being in a state of resting is like a free time, or after doing a certain job, you may decide to rest your mind so that at least you get to relax and you get more energy for the next day or for the next work. So today we are going to share about Jesus Christ, our rest. And from the beginning, we found that God created the 6 days, and in the seventh day, God decided to rest. And it's so important even to Christians that is such that in the seventh day we should leave our work and we rest, and that's why we recognize it as a Sabbath day, and we recognize the seventh day to be a day that we rest, and we put that resting mood in praising God and honoring God for His work, for His grace, for His glory. So, as Christians, we are being urged that we should rest on that day to glorify God, to remember God, yes, to honor God in everything, for the work, for the week. Though sometimes the week's being tired and we find ourselves being stressed about the week. Maybe you wanted something to be done in a positive way, you find it in a negative way, but we don't blame God for all. We just give God thanks for the life, because even at this stage, people are living in fear. You never know what's the next. You never know your life is not permanent, by the way. So we are living in a situation that you never know. You are dying today, you are dying after a minute, you are dying after a second, you are dying the next day, the next week. You never know next year. We are living in a surprise world. Only God knows our days. And it brings a point in our hearts that we should remember to give God the praise for the work, the death. So, bringing the point of resting, God Himself demonstrates and gives us a good example, and He rested in the seventh day. So, Christians, we are being urged to rest, not rest praising God, doing God's will, not not living according to the law. We are living by grace, but that, in that grace we can do things that glorify God. So, in that mood of resting, we are still going when we have already have the Sabbath day as the resting, the number one. Jesus Christ Himself called us from the book of Matthew that come to me, people who are heavily burdened, you're heavily loaded, you have the yoke, you're not resting, you have the yoke, you are carrying a certain yoke. And Jesus Christ urging us that we should come to Him, because He is the rest. Jesus Christ is the rest for the non-believers, for the people who are still stressed about the world, still have the worries of the world, and perhaps they're thinking that the world is full of enjoyment and there's nothing to enjoy here. The best rest we can get is from Jesus Christ Himself. So, brethren, what I know is that the rest you can decide to rest is coming from Jesus Christ Himself again. And this is the rest. It's the three rest. This This is the rest which is demonstrated by God to rest in the seventh day. Of course, we normally go to church. Okay, in the days not in the seventh day, on the Sabbath day, it's not a matter of days. It's not a matter of days. We choose the Sabbath day, we choose the day of worshiping God. And if we decide to choose the days of worshiping God, that's the day we recognize as the Sabbath day, and we should go and worship God on that day because God demonstrated it clearly after work. We go and demonstrate that we should rest our mind, and Christians should rest by praising God, by doing God's will, by that day remembering the goodness of God for the whole week. So, in this second rest, it's very important in the part of a Christian that no one can reach the third rest by not passing through the second rest. So the third rest in the eternal life. This is a rest that is eternal and it is permanent. It's a prayer for every Christian that you should, we should, me and you, we should pray that one day, one time, we should go for that rest because that's the reason we are called the Christians. And if not that reason, then we are not Christians. Every Christian in the world, your aim is to go for this eternal life, and it is the eternal rest, and it's the rest now. It's the final rest. So as we come to Jesus Christ, our rest, in the journey of Christianity, after Jesus has taken our yoke of the world, and this world is your yoke from the world, and now you are free from sin, and now you can move. In the journey, it is long. We are being told that the gate is narrow, and people are few. If people are few, it means that there are a lot of challenges and there are rules to govern the race. So in this journey, we are running, and at the end point is the final rest. And that's the aim of every Christian. So I urge my fellow Christians that be found, be found resting in Jesus' feet. And in Jesus' feet, will give us the energy to go for the race, to walk in every situation, in everything. So even for the youths, it's time to go to Jesus Christ for the it's time we as the youth we limit ourselves and we discipline ourselves for Jesus Christ. Because when I was in a conversation and I had some youths talking about in the book of Ecclesiastes, it is written, youths you should enjoy because time you will not get another time to be youths. But the Bible doesn't stop there. Remember, there's a judgment day. Even when you enjoy, what do you enjoy doing? Are you enjoying doing God's work? Am I doing things of the world? If doing things of the world is not right, it's a wrong decision, and it's a judgment. Remember, there's a judgment. Means God knows that if we are given the time, being mentioned the time enjoyment, we can put it in a worldly way, and we remember ourselves that this is judgment after it. So Christians, my youth, my age means every Christians. Every Christian, let us be found, let us be found, let us be found in Jesus' feet. And if not, if they not decided to be in Jesus' feet for this race, for the third race, the third race is eternal life. Let us be found. Let us just be found because the world, there's no peace. In fact, people are living in worries. We never know our lives. We are living weird. We are living, and this pandemic is there, and you think you may walk and you contact the disease and you die. So in this world, there's a lot of worries. We need to ask God each day so that one day, one time, we can rest, where we can be free, and we can laugh, we can enjoy our work. Thank you so much. May God bless you, and as God bless us all, we remember that in God's alone there is a rest. Yes, thank you.